Welcome everybody to today's Syracuse University webinar, Bleed Orange and Red, White, and Blue. Today we're going to find out as to why Syracuse University is one of the best universities for student veterans from a number of our resources here on campus, specifically dealing with student veteran benefits, freshman forum, the vet success on campus, VA and healthcare, career services at Syracuse, and disability services at Syracuse University. My name is John Higgins, and I am a senior here at Syracuse, and I am studying nutrition. I am also the president of the Student Veterans Organization. To start things out, I'm going to talk a little bit about our Veterans Organization here on campus and the things that we do to help ease transition for student veterans coming to Syracuse. First off, we are a chapter of Student Veterans of America, which is a national nonprofit organization. They are an umbrella for all student veteran organizations throughout the country. We provide services on campus through SVA, and we are partnered up with them. We also help advocate for student veterans on campus, whether it is for policy change, finding a way to get benefits for the student veterans, and we also go along with, as far as the traditional student, your 18 to 21-year-old, it helps us to, it gives us a better opportunity to integrate with the traditional students. We're available to help point student veterans in the right direction for resources that are available on campus. This webinar being one of those points of direction, and as always, we're always around to help student veterans whenever we can. We have a lounge that's currently located in University College, which is on the corner of Adams Street and University Ave. It's in room 310. That's just a place where we can hang out, relax in between classes. We have computers there, and it's also a great opportunity if you have to print things, because in the libraries you do have to pay for printing. We have free printing in the lounge. We also like to go out and have fun. We go out in town, and then also for basketball, football games, any sort of sporting events, we'll go out and do some tailgating, just to kind of get everyone together and have a good time. You go to the next slide, Jim, please. This is our contact information. If you're ever looking to get a hold of us or just trying to reach out to the Student Veterans Organization, we do have a website as well as a Facebook page and an email, which is located on the slide, veterans@syr.edu. If there are any questions from this webinar or questions just in general, please send them to that email address, and we can get them taken care of as soon as possible. Next, I'm going to turn over to Michelle Pipes, who is here from Syracuse University Admissions and Transfer for Veterans.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Michelle Pipes, and I am a Senior Assistant Director here at the university, and I work very closely with the Office for Veteran Services, Keith Doss especially, and we are really here to help you make a very seamless transition from separating from the military to actually beginning the next step of your college career. The transfer process really works very much like any other transfer student, but one of the things that I've noticed challenges with the Common Application are that they really cater to a more traditional transfer student. So I just want to give you some tips as far as completing the application process and also the a little bit of the financial aid process. You can go on to our website at www.syr.edu and access a link to the Common Application. what you would do is click on the undergraduate admissions office and then go to who are you, and then go into the transfer student page. And then from there, what you will do is go into apply to, and you will find the link for the common application. Now, the common application has just recently been updated, and so the information that you will be completing is very generic. Some of it will ask for secondary and higher ed information. Some of you may have completed college level work while you were serving in the military, or perhaps before you enlisted in the military, and if you have done so, you'll provide us with that information. Some of you may be starting from scratch, and that's okay. The one thing I want to point out is where it asks for letters of recommendation, traditionally we would get a faculty member letter of recommendation. However, it is not always appropriate in every situation. So if you do not have a faculty recommendation readily accessible, what you can do is ask maybe a commanding officer or supervisor, and we are happy to accept that in lieu of a faculty recommendation. There will be academic information, and I will just make note that if you have less than 30 credits of college credit accumulated, you will need to provide us with your final high school transcript. Now, in some instances, some of you have been in the military for a number of years, or your high school record may be somewhat dated. It does not matter. Just provide that information. We will focus the majority of our attention and review on whatever college credit you have completed. Some of you may not have completed college credit, but yet you could receive credit through some of your certification that you have received while enlisted. Please provide us with the JST transcript so that we can evaluate that as well. And basically, you will just submit the application electronically. We do really approach the review process very holistically. Our veteran population is especially holistic because each one of you has taken a different path, and we want to understand that path really well. So please note that the personal statement, or if you wish to add additional comments, please feel free to do so, and just basically tell us what you've been doing, what your goals are, what your aspirations have been, and we'll take all of that into account. We do ask for 2 letters of recommendation, but if you can only obtain 1, that will be sufficient as well. I think that really is about it for the application process. It is an ongoing process, and we do accept applications in the spring semester as well as the fall semester, and you'll work with the Veterans Resource Center as to the timing of how you get everything in. We do review transfer students on an ongoing basis with recommended deadlines of November 1 for spring and July 1 for fall semesters. However, if you get that application in early on, we will be notifying students on a continual basis. Spring notification usually begins around the middle of end to October, and notification for fall semester typically begins around February and then goes out continually on a weekly basis. I do look forward to speaking to any of you. If you have any specific questions, please feel free to contact me, and my contact information is actually up on a slide. So I believe that's it. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Next, we're going to move on to Keith Doss. He's going to talk a little bit about student veteran benefits. For the Syracuse Student Veterans Organization, we work very closely with Keith and his team in making sure that all student veterans are receiving their benefits. So with that, Keith, I'll send it off to you.
Great, thank you, John. Well, first off, good morning or good afternoon, depending on where in the country or the world you're watching from. I'm so happy to be a part of this today, and thank you so much for your interest in Syracuse University. Just by watching this webinar or going back and watching the recorded version, you're showing that you're looking at one of the best universities in the country for the student veteran population. We at the Veterans Resource Center, our main priority is to process the educational benefits for our student veterans and our dependents of veterans. That can be anywhere from the most popular, obviously, is the post 9/11 GI Bill. which that can be used by a service member or in many cases transferred to a spouse or children of the veteran. So along those lines, probably the biggest criteria is to establish your eligibility early with the Department of Veterans Affairs. You can do that one of two different ways. One is to log on to www.benefits.va.gov. Another is to call the Education GI Bill hotline, which is 1-888-442-4551. So if you're a transfer student and you're currently using your post 9/11 GI Bill or any other GI Bill at another institution, you're already in the VA system, so to speak, and that will certainly cut down on processing time. But our office is open to meeting with potential prospective student veterans and assisting them in filling out any applications that they may have questions on. A whole host of information can be found at our website, which is www.vrc.syr.edu. And also the remainder of any military and veterans programs here at Syracuse University for part-time, full-time, graduate, undergraduate students can be found at www.veterans.syr.edu. That is all I have for now. Again, if there's any specific questions on which chapter of the GI Bill you'll be using and how it relates to Syracuse University, please don't hesitate to contact our office, the Veterans Resource Center, which is located at University College on SU's campus. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Keith. Next is Jennifer Jeffries, and she's going to be talking about the Freshman Forum.
Good afternoon. I'm Jennifer Jeffrey. I work at the Institute for Veterans and Military Families here on campus as an academic advisor for one of our online programs. Before that, I worked in the College of Arts and Sciences Academic Advising and Student Support Office, and I also have been a student veteran undergraduate for about 9 years and just graduated with my BA in Geography this spring. So I come from this at a lot of different angles, and one of the things that I wanted to see our Veterans Resources put on a program where the University of Kentucky came and visited our campus, and they talked about a first-year seminar specifically for student veterans so that they could have a peer group and help them with a transition to academic life. And I have taught the first-year forum for the freshman and transfer forum for the College of Arts and Sciences before, so this is the first year we're going to offer here a transfer and freshman forum through the College of Arts and Sciences specifically for student veterans and to address their needs with transitioning and mapping out how they want to pursue their academic goals, and also introducing them to campus and encouraging them to make contacts and friends on campus, as well as giving them a support group of fellow veterans that are going through similar situations. So hopefully this will go very well this semester, and I hope to be able to use it as a model so that other colleges, schools and colleges can do it as well. We started with Arts and Sciences because it has the largest population of students, and I will be looking for feedback from the veterans that are in my forum to see how we can do it better and what did work for them. And so if you have any questions about that or anything else on campus, my name is Jennifer Jeffrey, Jeffery, and my email is jjeffrey@syr.edu. And that is all that I have to say for that. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Jen. Next, we're going to move on to Kate Untide. She is our Vet Success Coordinator here at Syracuse. And with that, take it away, Kate.
Hello, as John said, I'm Kate Untide, the Veterans Administration Vet Success on Campus Counselor at Syracuse University. The Vet Success on Campus program began in 2009 as a pilot program at the University of Southern Florida and is rapidly expanding to several other colleges and universities across the nation. Vet Success on Campus is a vocational rehabilitation and education program developed to help veterans and service members succeed and thrive on campus. The primary goal of the VSOC program is to provide on-campus counseling and referral services to veterans as they transition to college life and successfully complete their education programs. VSOC counselors must focus on supporting the general veteran population when conducting on-campus counseling activities. Through the program, I'm able to assist with exploring your interests and abilities to help you choose a suitable career path and identify the correct classes or training programs to prepare for your career. While you're training, I can assist with referrals to the VA Medical Center, to community outpatient clinics, and to the vet centers. I can also assist with applying for VA benefits, locating services on campus and in the community to help you succeed. Once you're ready to begin looking for employment, I can assist you with preparing for job search, seeking employment, and adjusting to a new job. The Veterans Administration has placed me on campus full-time to assist veterans and service members who are attending or looking to attend Syracuse University. You can contact me at my contact information, which should be posted on the slide, or stop by my office anytime, currently in Hoople on the second floor, and I'd be happy to assist you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Kate. Next, we're going to move on to Lauren Love DeBow. She is a representative from the VA in healthcare here right across the street from Syracuse University.
Hi, John.
Hi.
Thank you. As John said, my name is Lauren Love, and I work in actually a special program over at the VA Medical Center, which is specifically set up for our Iraq and Afghanistan returning combat veterans. But as a whole, the VA, as John said, is really directly across the street from Syracuse University. So we like to partner with the university whenever we can on various events, but also to make sure that the student veterans are aware of the healthcare options that exist for them through the VA. So what we do is we have enrollment opportunities where new students can come and enroll in VA healthcare if they've never had care through the VA before. And for folks that may not be familiar with VA healthcare, there is no premium. It's not like a health insurance that you pay a premium for that you take with you someplace else to a doctor in the community. You may have a copay for some individuals, but the majority will be able to receive their benefits with little or no copay. And the types of services that we include are primary care. So we are a one-stop shopping facility, and you go there for your primary care. If your doctor prescribes a prescription for you for medication, you would get that filled at our pharmacy. We also have an active duty sick call for those service members who may still be active duty and can access the VA through that. We also have an emergency room, which is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we also have all specialty clinics. So if you've been dealing with, say, some sort of an injury that may or may not be related to your military career, you may be coming over there for physical therapy, you may be coming for chiropractic, pain services, any type of specialty care that you would need. We have that provided through the VA Medical Center. We also offer a whole host of mental health counseling services that are provided especially to veterans, and including with that is substance abuse treatment, PTSD treatment, and a whole host of other ranges of services under the mental health umbrella. And we also do a lot of work with introducing veterans to what our community partners are doing. So by linking through us, we're able to let people know about other resources that may be available to them. And just one final thing, if you've already enrolled in VA healthcare, say in another state or someplace else, and you're going to be moving to the Syracuse area, it is a very simple click of a couple of buttons for the VA to transfer your records to the Syracuse VA so that you wouldn't have to do all of that work yourself. And we can pick up with your healthcare where you left off in your home state and take it from there. So we are happy to be here to serve you and hope that we can provide for any needs you may have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lauren. And it is a great benefit for us here at Syracuse to have the VA right across the street. Next, we're going to go to Jennifer Pluta. She's going to talk about career services here at Syracuse University. Take it away, Jen.
Thanks, John. I really appreciate it. Again, I'm Jennifer Pluta. I am Assistant Director here at Syracuse University Career Services, where my main area of responsibility is internship services. I'm also in the Army Reserves, where I serve as a Master Sergeant doing career counseling. Imagine that. We are located in the Shine Student Center, so that's like the main center here at Syracuse University. And if you kind of go down between cash apps and the ticket booth and you go down the hallway, we're located right there. The Syracuse University Career Services works collaboratively with the other career services offices here at Syracuse University, and we definitely recommend visiting all sorts of offices, both the ones presented here today, as well as your school and college and the main one here. So next slide, please. And for a little bit about what we do here at Career Services, here's a short little video. You can press play. There it is. Next slide. I'm not too sure if you're able to hear everything in that short video, but the video was talking about all the different ways that career services can help you through your journey. So at Syracuse University Career Services, we can help you connect your dots from your first year through your last and beyond, with a team focused on helping you to discover your passions, explore your options, build skills, and make connections. We can assist you with discovering who you want to be and where you want to go. We will meet you where you are, whether you have a plan or not. And as you can see, we have a career cycle here at Syracuse University Career Services built on discovery, explore, build, and connect. When you're looking to build, we can help you by discovering who you are. Let me get my slide here. Who I am, which basically we're going to help you figure out your values, your interests, your strengths, and what's important to you. When exploring, we can help you explore different industry, career paths, help you find out what areas that interest you. And there are many opportunities here at Syracuse University Career Services and through the different initiatives at SU where you can engage in the exploring process. When you want to build, we can help you with searching for internships. We can help you get connected with schools or organizations at Syracuse University. And when you connect, there are different ways to connect with people. You can connect with them via social media, LinkedIn, and through different events here at Syracuse University. What we can do at Syracuse University Career Services is to help you with practicing interview practice, how to develop your social media presence. Also, we have grad and law school days. So that's when we have graduate and law schools coming to Syracuse University to talk about their programs. We also have lots of employer connections. We have many employers who are looking to engage students at all levels and various interests. And we can let you know who's coming and when they're coming. We can also provide assessments. So if you're not ready or have no idea where you're at, we can help you with that. Again, we can provide internship strategies, resume reviews, cover letters, different career paths. We can discuss those, networking skills, and different full-time strategies, alumni connections. We have a very strong alumni base here at Syracuse University, and we can get you connected with them through various avenues. Again, there's so much going on here at Syracuse University Career Services. You can go to the next slide. That it's important to get in and get in early. This is an example of the different types of ways you can get engaged, especially if you're not too sure where you're at or you haven't declared a major. These are some ideas. We can help you get connected with more. Next slide. Thank you. And so we're here when you're ready. So my advice is get in here and get in here early. Again, we're located at Shine Student Center. Again, between the cash apps and the box office windows. You can also engage your various colleges' career services. Again, we all work collaboratively, and we all have great events to help you through this process. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook. We have a large YouTube presence. We have a blog. Actually, Career Services at Syracuse University is recognized for their social media presence, so feel free, if you don't want to come in, there's various ways to get engaged and to build your skill set. Thank you very much for having me here, and I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much, Jen. Next, we're going to move on to Annette Jenner-Matthews. She is with Disability Services here at Syracuse. Take it away, Annette.
Great, thank you so much. So I think I have some slides coming up in a second, but our office is on campus to help students with disabilities, and our mission is to provide support services for students that have disabilities of all kinds to ensure that they have equal access to academics on campus. That's our main focus. The Office for Disability Services is on the academic issues. However, we do coordinate with other offices on campus for things like housing and dietary restrictions and that kind of thing as well. We, in addition to making sure that the academic, that students have equal access to the academics, we are also the resource for issues surrounding disabilities, and we house the documentation on disabilities for the campus. So that's for even if you're not seeking academic accommodations. In terms of the students that we serve as I said, students with all kinds of disabilities. Generally, they fall into 5 different classifications: physical disabilities, sensory disabilities, learning disabilities, and that includes ADHD, neurological disabilities, including TBI and concussion, as well as mental health issues. And so that's a wide variety of disabilities that we serve. In terms of our contact information, the Office of Student Disabilities is located at 804 University Avenue. We're on the 3rd floor. For those familiar with the campus, it's right across from the Sheridan. We have a website that has a lot of the information that I'm presenting today. The website is www.disabilityservices.syr.edu. I think the slides also have the fax number and the telephone number. Let me just give you an overview of what our office looks like in terms of staffing. We have a new director in our office that looks at the sort of overall avenue that our office is going. And then we have 5 counselors that are part of the staff there. I'm one of the counselors. And the counselors are the ones that meet individually with students to talk about what accommodations are appropriate. They review the documentation to support the disability. And they will also coordinate with the student with faculty members as well to make sure those accommodations are being met. We have 2 coordinators for alternate format. Those are for those individuals that need alternate format other than print, so Braille, audiobooks, that kind of thing. And we have an exam administrator. We administer thousands of exams a year for all those students who require extra time on their exams, as well as private locations. And then we have administrative staff and graduate students, workers, which are invaluable for our office because they're the ones that generally do things like upload notes and scan text that we need to change into electronic format and that kind of thing. You know, the process to getting accommodation is several steps, and I just want to go quickly through those steps. So the first thing that you want to do if you are a student here at Syracuse is to self-identify with our office that you have a disability, and that you can call the main number. They will provide you with what's the appropriate documentation to support your disability. That's also on our website. It's divided by the type of disability that you are looking for documentation. So we have up on the website information for physical disabilities as well as learning disabilities, etc. Once you've provided that documentation, documentation, as I said, is housed in our office. It's confidential. It's not shared with other members of the community. You will meet with your counselor, and it's a process between you and the counselor to determine what academic accommodations are appropriate for you to, as I say, level the playing field based on your disability for the academic issues. And once those appropriate accommodations are determined, we write a letter. That letter is the letter that you as a student share with your faculty members. We are strongly encourage self-advocacy, so it's your responsibility to then have that conversation with the faculty about your disability. You can share as much or as little as you want, but you need to make them aware of the accommodations that are appropriate for you. And I think that's one of the most important things that we work with you to try to help you establish how it is best to do. In terms of the types of services and accommodations that we use, I mean, it's very, you know, the disabilities vary from so extremely, but certainly we provide counseling. We help you determine those accommodations. Sometimes you meet with your counselor on a regular basis. Sometimes it's just once a semester. We do, as I said, do exam administration, extra time on exams, private locations, note-taking services, alternate format, help you provide assistant technology if that's appropriate. And then we coordinate things in terms of building and classroom accommodations if you require special furniture to be comfortable in the classroom setting, preferential seating, microphone, you know, assisted technology in terms of auditory amplification, that kind of thing. And then we do things like priority snow removal for those that need that, because in Syracuse we certainly need to make sure the snow is cleared for those that have physical disabilities. It's a process sometimes, but we do as best we can. And we also do things like help you get accommodations if you choose to study abroad, and then we coordinate with others on campus for things like housing and transportation and parking, and if you have a service animal, work with you in terms of that as well. I think that's all I have to say. And you can contact our office. In terms of when you approach our office, generally it's after you have decided to come to Syracuse University. Although if you're interested in knowing what accommodations are available and you're thinking about applying, you certainly can talk to our office as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Annette. I really appreciate that. Next, we're going to move to Cynthia Roach, who is here via phone, talk about Syracuse University's financial aid. And I think we're all set. And Mirza, if you have her on the phone, you can let her know.
Okay, Cynthia, go ahead, please.
Hello, my name is Cynthia Roach. I'm from the Office of Financial Aid. The main campus, we are located at 200 Archbold North, right next to the Dome. We're actually between the Dome and Carnegie Library if you need to find us. And we have our telephone number up there on the slide. We just wanted to go over quickly a few things, just the general requirements and what your eligibility might be. So the minimum number of credits that you have to enroll in order to be eligible for federal financial aid is 6 at Syracuse University. And you would file what's known as the free application for federal student aid, also called the FAFSA. And you can do that online through FAFSA.gov. We have a specific federal school code for Syracuse University, which is 002882. And then for graduate financial aid, the available federal aid is the Federal Direct Unsubsidized Loan, which is limited to an amount of $10,250 each term, including summer. Now, when we calculate the eligibility for the federal loans, we don't include the estimates for the veterans benefits, only other scholarships and maybe state grants. Then there's also the Federal Direct Graduate Plus Loan available for graduate students that is based on credit history, as long as you don't have adverse credit, such as a bankruptcy in the last 5 years or something other that went on to your credit history. Most of the time, students are approved for the loan. Now, the way we calculate it is what we call the cost of attendance. Cost of attendance includes the amount of tuition, mandatory fees, and estimates that we have listed on our website for living expenses. We take that number and we subtract from it other financial aid, such as any other grants, state grants, maybe some scholarships or things like that that aren't the Veterans Awards, and that's how we come up with that calculation. Now, we would begin the process this year with filing the 2014-2015 FAFSA, and we will also, for admitted students, add what we call our graduate financial aid application to the MySlice system. And that's Syracuse University's online system where we have a section for financial aid, which is loans, and we indicate on there on the My To Do list things like whether we have your FAFSA. If we don't have it, it'll be an initiated status, and we'll have the graduate financial aid application. And then once that's been submitted to us, those items will disappear, and then we'll add some other things like we'll request a loan counseling session to be done online and the master promissory note. Now, I have with me the undergraduate financial aid counselor, Shelley Crawford. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Shelley Crawford. I am the undergrad financial aid counselor for veteran students. Basically, the applying process for financial aid is somewhat similar to the graduate financial aid. The only difference is that we require the CSS profile, and the address for that is www.collegeboard.org. So families are encouraged to apply for both the free application for federal student aid, the FAFSA, and also the CSS profile. Cost of attendance is a little different for the undergrad students. Our cost of attendance is listed on our website. Again, it also is similar to the graduate, where we do not, we do not exclude federal veteran benefits when determining federal aid. So this information is also used to calculate what your eligibility will be for federal aid. We also work in conjunction with the Veteran Resource Center. There are several forms that I'm sure Keith Dawes has mentioned that are required for determining what your veteran's educational benefit will be for the a year that you are applying. So the undergrad financial aid is just slightly different from the graduate, but however, we use the free application and the CSS profile to determine federal aid. One of the other things that we want to bring up is the deadline during the fall term. If you have a fall only loan, it can be no later than the end of November for applying. Federal loans cannot disperse after the end of the enrollment period, and all students must have their steps completed. The steps are the Federal Direct loan master promissory note and entrance counseling for undergraduate students, and the federal direct loan master promissory note for graduate students. All of these steps must be completed before the end of the loan period. Also, if you have any billing questions about their deadlines, you can contact the Bursar office at area code 315-443-2444. Lastly, we have a slide that shows all the scholarships that are available to veteran students. You can take advantage of those scholarships, and scholarships are considered a part of the financial aid award as a resource. However, you are welcome to still apply for these scholarships.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shelley and Cynthia, for your time.
Thank you very much.
That's going to go ahead and conclude our webinar, Bleed Orange and Red, White, and Blue. I would like to thank all the different representatives from each of our resources here on campus for participating in this webinar. And as you can see, we do have many resources here available to student veterans at Syracuse University. I'd also like to send a special thanks to Mirza Tahich and Jim Powers for helping set up this webinar, being the behind the scenes and really getting this thing on the road. And if you ever have any questions, you can always send them to veterans@syr.edu, and I hope to see you on campus. Thanks. Have a great day.
Hey, thanks everybody. Excellent job.